Okay, so this is the first episode of my podcast called Taylor Talks, and it's when I talk. I am Taylor, and I talk about stuff, whatever I feel like it. The first episode I planned on it being about Power Rangers because I have a lot of feelings about that movie. But I just saw Wonder Woman when it came out on the 2nd. I was the first one there because Wonder Woman's been my favorite superhero since like the beginning of me being alive. And I almost cried in the theater, not because I was so moved, but because I hated the movie that much. I was so upset. The only reason I didn't cry is because I was with my friend and I didn't want her to make her uncomfortable. Like, she wouldn't have known why I was crying. Like, she just would have been like, why is Taylor crying? Like, nothing sad's happening. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and be back when you're done. Like, I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want her to feel weird about it. So I sucked it in, but I really wanted to cry. I cried a little. I went to bed and I was upset, and then I woke up the next day, like, still furious about this movie. Like, it's ruined my days. Like, I feel dead inside because I didn't like the Wonder Woman movie that much. So, motherfucking put on your seatbelts, guys, because you're in for a wild ride. Because I'm breaking it down to 3 points why I didn't like the Wonder Woman movie. So, and I feel like I'm the only person who didn't like it. Like, I feel like all my friends are saying it, except for my one friend, Travis. And my friend TJ, I feel like everybody else was like, yeah, this movie's great. And I'm like, did we watch the same movie? But I'm beginning to think it's because, like, I had such an emotional connection to Wonder Woman and, like, her being my favorite superhero and, like, reading all the comics and stuff and really being familiar with the canon. It was just a lot different for me to watch it. And then also, like, looking at this movie analytically and, you know, as a film lover, and so looking at it and the tropes that it presented and all that stuff. So, I mean, because it wasn't a poorly made movie. Like, it was well made. Like, the pacing was good. The dialogue was well written. The editing was good. The only complaint I would have in terms of quality would be, like, I don't know, man, CGI. I feel like what happened to practical effects? Like, you know, like martial arts movie. Like, let's just freaking put Gal Gadot on some invisible wires and, like, see what's happening. Like, let's see what's gonna go on. But anyway, back to what my original points were. Okay, so number one, my main problem with Wonder Woman is that it felt like a slap in the face as a woman, like, as a girl who grew up reading Wonder Woman and just, like, seeing her as, like, the ultimate. Like, when I saw Batman vs Superman, every time Wonder Woman appeared, like, my chest soared. Like, that's how much I freaking love Wonder Woman. Like, it felt like I was falling in love. Like, that's how it felt every time she just came on screen. She didn't even have to do anything. She was just, like, on screen for 5 seconds, and I was like, oh, I'm having a heart attack. So it felt like a betrayal in the way in the canon they chose to use for the movie. Okay, so I was never a fan of the old New 52's Wonder Woman, not the new 52's because I haven't read those, but I'm talking about the old New 52's where she wore the leather jacket and the pants. Like, I didn't like that one. I only read the first couple issues, maybe like half of the timeline before I gave up on it. I was like, I don't like this. And it had nothing to do with the leather jacket and pants because, like, that's like textbook cool girl wear, like, yes, leather jacket and the pants. Like, I'm not going to say none of that. I just hated the canon that all of a sudden, since 2011, the reason why Wonder Woman is powerful is because Zeus is her dad. So her mom and Zeus, like, had a baby, and then that's Wonder Woman. So now she's a demigod, and that's the accepted canon. That's been the canon since 2011. And I didn't like the whole, like, you know, god killer, like, Ares and killing all the gods and stuff. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like the characterization of the gods. I didn't like the characterization of Wonder Woman. I thought they tried too hard to make her, like, gritty and, like, oh, like, I'm Batman, I'm angsty, I was an orphan, blah. Like, I didn't like that. Like, that's not Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's like love and justice and just the best, and she makes me want to cry because I just love her so much. Anyway, so yeah, I just didn't like the old New 52s. And so when I saw in the theater that that's the canon they decided to go with, you know, like, okay, Zeus was like, I'm going to protect THEMYSCIRA and I'm going to bring life to this clay thing. And then they were like, just kidding. Zeus is your dad and that's why you're special. It felt like an actual punch to the gut. Like, I felt like I was attacked, essentially. Like, I came out to have a good time and I felt attacked by Wonder Woman because literally Wonder Woman is like textbook feminist material. Like, it's literally the pinnacle of women doing shit for themselves, like ladies doing it themselves. So, because in the original canon, you have Aphrodite who like hit THEMYSCIRA because she was like, men are assholes, even including and particularly my husband Zeus is the fucking worst and all men suck, so you guys could just chill on your fucking floating island. THEMYSCIRA, there you go, I'm Aphrodite, this is my magic. And then Hippolyta was like, yeah, I want like a daughter or whatever, and Aphrodite was like, bam, you got it. She like molded out of clay, and then Aphrodite was like, bam, life, I'm giving that shit life, boom, you're welcome. And she's like, thank you, now I've got a daughter and it's Wonder Woman, yeah. And Wonder Woman was like, super cool. She's like, boom, came out of clay. And she was like the like Amazon's like, I mean not Amazon's THEMYSCIRA's like most powerful warrior, and that's where she got all her powers from, because Athena was like, yeah, that's my main bitch right there. Like, all Wonder Woman's powers were like gifts from the gods. Like, Athena was like, she was classified as Athena's favorite warrior. And so that's, Athena gave her all her powers. She's like, boom, boom, boom. There you go. Like, you got these powers because, like, that's, you're the main bitch. You're the realest bitch. There you go. Bing, bada bing, bada boom. And so that canon is literally like, women fucking did that shit themselves because they were like, fuck this. Like, Aphrodite literally was like, fuck dudes, you know? And so she gave life to the clay that her mom sculpted. Like, she was like, I'm giving you this daughter. So it was like, and then Athena was like, you're my favorite warrior, I'm gonna give you these powers. So it was women, like Wonder Woman's mom, Aphrodite, Athena, like they all did this shit themselves. There was no freaking like, oh, well, let me just, you know, I don't know, let me ask Zeus, maybe I can give life to this clay, I don't know. And I so that's like the most frustrating bullshit now. The only reason Wonder Woman is special now, why she has powers, is because her fucking magical dad. Like, that's such bullshit. Like, it went from like women's power. It was about, that was at the forefront. Women's power and women making these decisions on their own. You know, like Hippolyta made the decision that like she wanted a daughter, and then Aphrodite made the decision to like give her life. And then, you know, she made the decision to make the floating island. And then Athena was like, that's my favorite warrior, I'm going to give her powers. And all that shit just erased. I'm like, oh, well, now she's special because she's got a magic dad. She's got a magic dad, and that's the only thing that makes her special. Like that's why she gets the powers. Like, they gave all the momentum. That's why that's one of the main reasons I don't like the old New 52s. So they gave all the momentum, all of that to the dudes, and then they carried that out more so in the movie with freaking Steve. It should have been called Wonder Woman and fucking Steve Trevor. And before you guys like, oh my god, Steve was in the comics, I fucking know. I read all the Wonder Woman comics. I know Steve Trevor was in all the goddamn comics, but that doesn't mean I wanted him to have such a huge part in the movies. Like, her character development was completely pushed by him. Like, it was, you know, she didn't have any actual self-realization or self-exploration. It was completely all the forces that pushed her was like, like, everybody was like, well, she's gonna find out her dad, like, you got powers, you're special because your dad was Zeus, and then like you're gonna realize that you want to save the world because you fell in love with this dude. And it's like all the momentum that we had, which was women doing shit for themselves, completely is just taken over by like, yeah, well, everything's happening because like some dude, it starts with some dude, basically like magic dick, like, okay, Zeus's magic dick made Wonder Woman, so she's superpowers, and then like Steve's magic dick made Wonder Woman realize that like she loved people, and so that's why she's like, like, I'm gonna save the world now because I know what love is. So that's like bullshit. And then like it was so funny because also, spoilers, like, spoiler alert, like, if you haven't seen the movie, don't listen to this. I should have said that at the beginning. But motherfucking spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, don't listen to me. I'm just going into it. So just motherfucking boom. Okay. But so continuing on my first point. Yeah, I even called. I was like, me and my friend, when I posted the trailer, I was like, yeah, like how much you want to bet? Like we were going through like, stereotypical cliches and tropes we thought were going to be in the movie. And I was like, how much you want to bet in the middle of the field, Steven's dumbass is going to die in the middle of the last battlefield, and Wonder Woman's going to let out a, no, you killed my boyfriend warrior cry, and then just get really powerful and kill everybody. And then you know what happened in the movie? Exactly that. Exactly that happened. And I was like, yeah, you fucking pieces of shit. I could have wrote this literally with my eyes closed. No, I could have wrote it asleep. A child could have written it. A child. Anyway, so that was just like a super cliche thing. And then it, once again, momentum completely like given to the dude. Because like, yes, Wonder Woman has always been about like, a warrior for humanity because, she loves humanity. And so that's another annoying thing with Hollywood, is that romantic love is always so much more like, especially in women's development. It's always romantic love, which is what pushes them to do something. And that's so annoying because there's so many more instances in a movie where they had this right before she like does her little warrior scream, Steven. She has like a little like flashback, like remembering like, oh, Steven's smile and stuff, and she's like, and love is why I'm gonna kick your ass, Ares, because I love Steven and Steven loves me. Like, but right before she had her weird flashback thing, they cut really quick to the three other dudes she was traveling with the whole time, and they kind of like accept that they're about to die, and they like bow their heads in like prayer. Like the chief was like, yeah, like let's bow our heads because we did all we could and we're making the ultimate sacrifice. And I was like, wow, that's a really beautiful shot. That's very poignant. Obviously, that's gonna push her to do something. And then no, it doesn't. It's like there could have been so many other compilations in that flashback, like besides Steve just being like, I love you. Like, I'm not saying that had to be completely removed, but I'm just talking about, why does women's development have to be so closely tied just to simply romantic love? Like, why didn't we get, a clip of the guy singing, a clip of the woman and her son in the village, the villagers dancing with them, the villagers taking the pictures, like all that was love. The chief, like, talking to her about the bombs, like all that stuff was love. Like them making that sacrifice for people to live, like that was all so many examples of love. And yet all we see is freaking Steve. Like Wonder Woman's love for is completely minimized to just this. Not saying romantic love is not, but that's just like a woman's just completely minimized to just her feelings about the dude. The dude is what, even though he's dead, like externally, that's what pushes her to do a thing instead of her love for humanity. I know people didn't really like Man of Steel, and I know people didn't really like Batman versus Superman, but like, let's just look at the similarities here. In the ending of, if you didn't see the ending of, if you haven't seen Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman at this point, like, I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert because it's been like a billion years and that's your own fault. So, so in Man of Steel, right, when he's fighting Zod at the end, and Zod's like, all right, you got to, like, the only way I'm going to stop is if you kill me, and Superman's like, he's like a poster boyfriend. He's like, no, I'm not, I have a code against killing, I'm not going to kill you, no. And Zod's like, all right, well, fuck you, I'm gonna laser these people into hell unless you kill me. And then, like, I thought that was a powerful moment. I know a lot of people thought that Superman was too sad, but I just thought that one scene was so powerful, you know what I mean? Where like he's holding on to Zod and he really doesn't want to kill him, but you can see in his eyes like the pain as he's watching like Zod almost kill these people, and just as he snaps his neck, the anguish that in his like cry, you saw that he really didn't want to do that, but his love for humanity like pushed him to that point. Like, he didn't want to kill Zod, but he didn't want humanity to die even more. And then you have even in Batman versus Superman when, okay, so a lot of people I think look at this scene wrong where like Batman's like about to kill Superman, Superman's like, you gotta save Martha, and everybody's like, Martha's a pretty common name, why would that make Batman stop? This is stupid. I don't think it was so much about the name so much as I think it was about Batman recognizing Superman's humanity at that point. Because like at this point he was just like, this is some evil fucking alien dude. He thinks he's a god. He sucks. He doesn't think that he's like the same as us. He's just a stupid alien man and I'm gonna kill him because he's bad. He's evil. And to see in that moment that Superman had a mother, you know, like he had a mother he was worried about and that he wanted to save. Batman recognized his humanity and he saw it in himself, you know, like he was like, wait, maybe he's not just like this horrible, like, oh, like I'm an evil alien man. He was like, wait, he actually cares about people, you know. He has a mother, like, you know, that's like that was the realization. It wasn't like, oh, our moms have the same name. He's like, wait, he has a mom. And so even in that instant, it was like the love for humanity and their humanity recognized by by each other that saved them. And that's like, you know, Superman's love for humanity was saved, you know, which is why he killed Zod in Man of Steel. And so why didn't we get that in freaking Wonder Woman? You know, like her love for humanity is why she decides to protect people anyway, even though they're shitheads, and she could just live on THEMYSCIRA for the rest of her life and not have to deal with it, you know? Like, and so it was just, why didn't we get that whole just like a very swelling? It would have been so beautiful seeing, especially that scene when they bow their heads in prayer, and it's just like, wow, like they made that ultimate sacrifice because of humanity. Why don't we get to see, like, why isn't this decision, ultimate decision, made because of Wonder Woman's love for humanity? And so that's my main point, is just that like it was all her momentum was given just to the dudes. And then my second point, which kind of leads from the first point, is they fucking so mad. Okay, they motherfucking fuck. Sorry, I'm just so angry. They fucking Born Sexy Yesterday Wonder Woman in her own goddamn movie. It's her movie. She's the main character. It's her fucking name on the movie, and yet she got Born Sexy Yesterday. Okay, and if you guys don't know what Born Sexy Yesterday is, it's a trope that was recently, like, it's been around since sci-fi, like, you know, became a thing, but it was only recently identified and given a name by Pop Culture Detective on YouTube. I would suggest watching that video if you don't understand, if you haven't already seen it and you don't understand what trope I'm speaking about specifically, because I don't want to, I can't really explain it as well as he like did, because he's got all like the examples and stuff, and it's a 20-minute video, and I'm not going to take 20 minutes right now to explain it. So, but yeah, like, so right now, just go watch that. Just type in Born Sexy Yesterday and it'll come up. It's the first video by Pop Culture Detective. But it essentially, okay, so we go. All right. Welcome back. Essentially, it's a trope where it's like you have some naive woman because she was either born as like literally born yesterday or made yesterday, or she's from some sort of other world where she doesn't understand modern things. So she's like, oh, no. And so that's not so bad, you know, like me, because like if we have a woman who doesn't understand anything and she just comes through like self-realization and like learns things on her, like, you know, with help from everybody, it's like, okay, whatever, that's just like, you know, people learning and growing, or there's a mutual like people learning things together, then it's like, okay, whatever. But when it becomes ominous is when you have a dude that's like, yeah, you know, like he's like specifically there to be like, hey, I'm gonna teach you the things because, you know, I'm here to be the guy that explains things to you because you don't know anything, you know. And that's hot because women who have experience intimidate me, and you're gonna fall in love with me because I'm literally the first dude you ever saw. And so yeah, they did that to Wonder Woman in her own goddamn movie. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was showing my friend the video, the Born Sexy video, and there's one scene where they were talking about some character, I can't remember in the movie, was having trouble going through a revolving door, and they literally did that shit in Wonder Woman. She was like, I don't know, I mean, but it makes sense, you know, like in terms of, you know, she's from Ireland, she doesn't know what a revolving door is, but like it's just funny that was that example was in the video, and then they did that in Wonder Woman. And then it's always the thing, like the woman's unaware of her own sexiness. She attempts to disrobe in front of men, and they're like, oh no, wait, don't do that. And that happened in Wonder Woman as well. While those examples in themselves aren't, you know, completely negative, because, you know, like she once again doesn't understand, she's grown up, but I don't know, she like knows that dudes exist, so why would she be like, no, I'm not gonna, I don't know, whatever. But the fact that she's like Steve is like, yeah, this is a street, you know, and yeah, I'm just gonna show you around, you know, I'm Steve, and this is what I'm gonna do. But the part that really fucking like made me super mad was that when they're like dancing, you know, and she's like, oh, these people are just swaying back and forth. And she like, it starts to snow, and she's like, oh my god, like what is this? Like a fucking, are we being attacked? Like mini bombs, like fucking sky attack. Shit, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna die? And Trevor's like, oh silly girl, it's snow, you silly Billy. It's just snow. And my thing is like, what the fuck? Like, I understand that it probably doesn't snow. It's an island. It probably doesn't snow where she grew up, but fucking the only hobbies that Amazonians have are fucking fighting, which is their number one hobby, and fucking reading, because they don't have like smartphones and shit. So like fighting and fucking reading. And you think that the bitch would have never read about snow? They know hundreds of languages, but the bitch never read about snow. Okay, so she just doesn't. I don't know what this is. I think we're being bombed. I think Ares is making an attack on us. We're gonna die. Everybody go underground. Like, no, it's just snow. That's unrealistic that she just doesn't know what snow is. She doesn't know what snow is. Like, obviously in some sort of text she had to see some mention of snow. Like, I understand when she's confused by more modern things. Like, she's like, oh my god, what armor do women wear? And they're like, oh, well, you know, it keeps your tummy in. Because that makes sense. I don't think they're getting like the newest like fucking like British fashion over at THEMYSCIRA, but she should understand what fucking snow is. She should know what fucking snow is. Like, and my friend was like, well, he was like, yeah, but like I've met people who haven't seen snow and they got like real excited about it when they first saw it. I'm like, yeah, but getting excited about it is one thing, and not fucking knowing what it is a whole nother thing. It's just like, I don't know. I was afraid. I thought anthrax. I don't know. Maybe you were gonna die. I was worried. Steve, thank you for having your strong, strapping arms to wrap around me. So that was some fucking bullshit. And then like, oh god, and just the whole thing where it's like, I just want to know what kissing is like. Okay, so you're telling me this bitch is like, I don't know, at least like, let's say 25. Let's say she's fucking 25 and she leaves the island. We know there's gay shit going on in THEMYSCIRA. We don't have to pretend like there's not. There's gay shit going on, because obviously that's just how it is. So don't stop. And she already said that. So let's just breathe on past that. So I think it would have been funnier if like, or like better if it was just like, hey, like she doesn't understand things, but like she's coming to learn, like with the help of everybody. Like everybody's like, oh, this is this thing and this is this thing, instead of like Steven just be like, don't worry, young lady, I got this. I'm gonna explain to you what everything is. I'm gonna yell at you so you get it through your dumb head, your dumb, stupid islandy head, and I got it. Don't worry. You know, it's like, oh, play for laughs. Like he tries to protect her. Like so dumb in many ways. So that one you'd understand more. So just watch that video, or else you won't understand what I'm saying. Just watch the Born Sexy video and just fucking do it, okay? And then my third and final reason why I did not like the Wonder Woman movie is because since they chose the old new 52 canon, or 2011 and so on and so forth canon that it is now, she being a demigod, because they chose that where all the gods are dead and she kills Ares, this means I'll never get to see my favorite storyline, my favorite Wonder Woman storyline in a movie. And that's the most depressing thing to me ever, because it's the most badass thing that any superhero's ever fucking done. It's my favorite storyline my favorite Wonder Woman timeline is the Greg Rucka one, which begins with Medusa and ends with, you know, her leaving the US because they're like, you're killing people, it's kind of scary, and she's like, all right, fuck y'all, see ya, back to my fucking floating island, you sons of bitches. But yeah, so it's like, so Medusa's like, all right, like I'm gonna like be on live TV and I'm gonna fucking, everybody's going down, I'm gonna murder, everybody's being stoned, you get to be stoned, live TV motherfuckers, we in here. And so, but unless Wonder Woman comes and fights her, and so she comes and she fights and she's wearing a helmet, but then like that protects his eyes, and then she knocks the helmet off, and Wonder Woman's like, all right, fuck you, and she stabs her own eyes out. Wonder Woman stabs her own fucking eyes out. It's the most brutal thing I've ever read. It's so cool. She stabs her own eyes out and then slices Medusa's head fucking clean off, and it's the most fucking raddest, most fucking boss ass, fucking brutalist shit, fucking hardcore metal thing that I'll ever read in my entire life. What superhero do you know stabs out their own goddamn eyes? She's like, all right, fuck you, I don't give a shit about these eyes, bam bam. All right, fucking come at me. And so yeah, and then it keeps going on, and like, you know, like she has to go through she has to walk through Hades, like save like Soul, and she has a, like, because in this timeline, like, all the gods are like, wow, Zeus fucking sucks, you know that? Like, Zeus is a fucking asshole. We've been letting him go on for too fucking goddamn long. We haven't stopped him. Fuck him. And Athena's like, yeah, fuck him. They're like, you know what? Fucking Athena, you should be the new Mount Olympus fucking boss ass bitch. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck yeah. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna get my warrior, my favorite warrior, fucking badass bitch, Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman's like, I got you. They're like, wait, but you're blonde. She's like, I fucking said I fucking got you. Did I fucking stutter? And so it's just, it gets really cool, and she like beats Zeus and like fights this 1,000-armed monster and like rips his arms off, but she's fucking blind the whole time. It's the baddest shit to ever be fucking written in a comic book. It's the fucking most badass shit to ever happen, and I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to my guns. I don't care what anybody else tells me. That's the most badass shit to ever happen. It's the realest shit. That's my shit. Wonder Woman is the most fucking brutal superhero to ever fucking exist. She's the best. She doesn't give a shit about anything except for fucking justice. And that's what makes her a boss ass bitch. And they just didn't make her as cool as she is in that timeline in the fucking movie. And that's what disappoints me the most, is that I'll never see that. I'll never see that with my eyes. I'll never see Gal Gadot fucking stab her own eyes out and fucking fuck. Also, sideline, another reason why it's like, oh, Wonder Woman, you know what I mean, is a moral conflict. Because I've heard Gal Gadot is a Zionist, and I don't agree with that. That's Zionism is, I mean, as it stands, extreme Zionism. I don't mean like anti-religion or anything, but you know, the government as it stands, terrorizing Palestinians. It's pretty fucked up. So there was also a moral conflict with me when I saw this. So yeah, I was like, oh well. But I'm weak, and Wonder Woman's my favorite fucking superhero. So I saw it. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, activism community. I knew it when I saw it, but I'm weak. And it fucking serves me right? It serves me right that I hated it. It was like, the universe was like, fuck you, Taylor. You know you shouldn't have seen this movie, and you did anyway, so here, it fucking sucks. This is your fault. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see it. Gal Gadot, she's such a good Wonder Woman. Also, like, she should have been, like, more defined. Now I'm just, like, cherry picking. She did, like, you know, like, the fucking, like, some of the Amazonians were, like, super toned. You know, their muscles were defined. And, like, Gal Gadot's, like, you know, she's strong. She was in the fucking army. Like, she, like, actually knows how to do shit. But speaking of bringing back that Zionism again, okay, anyway. And, yeah, she just wasn't, like, super toned. I'm like, I want to see fucking, like, when you're pulling up this tank, like, let's fucking see some muscles. Like, let's see that shit. Like, women with muscles. Not saying she had to be, like, swole. You know, she could still be thin, but, like, real defined. So, yeah. That's, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad I got this off my chest, because I was literally about to lose it. And every time anyone at work was like, how was Wonder Woman? I was like, and and I would just walk away because I would go walk away and hide and cry because I'm like literally dead inside. I have nothing left. Like this Wonder Woman movie like destroyed what little happiness I had left. So now I'm excited for Black Panther, and I hope it doesn't disappoint me because I literally cannot handle any more disappointment. I'll I don't know. I'll just collapse in on myself. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to the first podcast, lol. The first podcast of Taylor Talks. And I didn't mean for this to be 30 minutes, but life comes at you fast. All right, see y'all.